Hey there folks, welcome back. It's time for another fun video. Before we get started, I just wanted to mention, if you live in the Pacific Northwest, you love houses, you love real estate, you love the Pacific Northwest, click that subscribe button down below because we're going to be posting lots of great content every single week. All right, let's dive into it. So, last week we did a little bit of a divergence from what we normally talk about. Patrick and I were on, we talked about our last 10 Postmate orders. So if you haven't seen the video, feel free to check that out in our archives. This week though, we're talking about how to sell your home safely during a pandemic. This question comes up quite a bit. How can we do this safely? Now more than ever, obviously, because it is such a turbulent time for folks. And so I thought I would take a minute today, or several minutes really, to tell you a bit about how we're doing that and how we're helping clients to take care of things on their end. And we're also putting a blog up on our website, so feel free to check that out at our website, pieceofpdx.com, where you can get all the tips on there as well. All right, so how are we gonna do it? How are we gonna get your home sold and safely, right? We're gonna really hammer down this year on doing digital, right? Everything digital right now. So what does that mean for you? When I'm saying digital, you're like, well, Thomas, there's Redfin and there's Zillow and there's all these apps where people can see all the pictures. But we're not gonna stop just at the pictures, right? We're gonna go full hog for you because the idea is we really wanna minimize how many people are coming in and out of your house. And the best way we're gonna do that, minimize the random people coming in and out of your house. We're gonna maximize overall visibility. But the way we're going to minimize the people who might not be a good fit for the house is we're going to post video tours of the home. We're going to post Matterport tours of the home. And we're going to do a virtual open house where essentially myself or Patrick, we'll walk through the house and give you some context on a live feed, talking about the pros of the house, talking about our favorite features, and giving our audience really a great sense of the property. This is going to answer a lot of questions for people who are looking at pictures, because often the pictures can be a little bit misleading at the end of the day, let's be honest. The other thing we're really gonna make sure that we're doing is making sure that every buyer who comes into your house is qualified, right? We wanna make sure that the buyers who are coming in are pre-approved already, that they've watched that video tour, and that most importantly, they're handling themselves appropriately in the home. So what we do is we'll put out a sanitary station at the house with sanitary wipes. We'll have booties there, and we will have hand sanitizer. We'll also have a sign posted stating essentially our COVID protocols to make sure that we're really upholding a high standard of safety for you as the client. So those are a couple of the things that we do. I also would mention that, we're able to sell homes in a really short amount of time. The way that we do that is through really robust viral marketing, which you can watch some of our videos that we've posted in the past about that, as well as just really well strategically thought out pricing, staging, so on and so forth. And like I said, lots of great content in the archives about that if you want to learn more. But all of that together, what that means for you as a client is that when we put your home on the market, we typically would just ask you, hey, can you go stay in a hotel for a couple days? Or could you go to an Airbnb? Can you go to the coast? Whatever. Effectively doing that means that while you're out of the house, we have all these showings planned. We get all these bodies through the house. You're not even there. You're not worrying about the exposure to yourself. And by that following Monday, after the weekend is over, after you've had all these showings come through, the idea is that you're pending already. You have multiple offers. And so you weren't really inconvenienced in the first place. You're not having to throw, you and the kids and the dogs and the cats and whoever else in the car and leaving every time a showing happens. The third thing that we really are doing right now more than ever is virtual communications with clients. And what that means for you is that we're hopping on Zoom calls with you to go over offers, to go over negotiations. We're hopping on calls with you. We're able to share our screens and really give you a clear context of what it is that we're talking about. We're experts at this point because we've been doing it for so long. And beyond that, we're offering DocuSign rather than signing things in person. So rather than having to meet up to sign contracts, sign paperwork, we send everything to you remotely, digitally, so you'll get a copy of it and we'll get a copy of it and you'll never even have to connect in person. Escrow. So typically how we handle escrow is we have you come in person, to meet with the escrow officer to sign your paperwork. Obviously, the group format isn't really ideal right now, and so the best solution that we have for people is to have a mobile notary come to you. Mobile notaries are a great feature of escrow. They will typically cover that cost for you to have someone come out and take care of that signing for you, or it's a pretty negligible cost. I think it's about $125 or $150 for them to come out and sign and meet you where you're at, rather than coming into a very potentially crowded space to do your signings. So that's another item. All in all, I mean, look, selling is never not going to be stressful. Never not going to be stressful. Yeah, it's never not going to be stressful, right? I mean, there's always going to be hurdles in the transactions. There's always going to be high stress points around negotiations. Our goal is always, obviously, to mitigate that stress as much as possible for you and make it a clean and smooth process for you. And we do a great job of it, I might say. But we want to make sure that you feel safe in the context of not worrying about, am I going to get COVID? Am I going to give someone COVID? Is someone coming into my house and potentially, getting someone else's germs and then they're getting COVID from that? I mean, there's so many stressful things there. But we want you to be able to feel comfortable. So this is how we get that done. We have a lot more steps in the process to make sure you feel comfortable and feel safe. And we can always adjust and modify to make you feel you're most comfortable. So that's really gonna do it for us today. If you have any questions, you wanna hear more about the market, you wanna hear more about how we get homes sold, you wanna hear about what your home might be worth, or maybe you just wanna hear where I got my great coat. Feel free to give me a call, shoot me an email, text, whatever. My contact information is down below. And like I said before, feel free to hit that subscribe button because we post lots of great content every single week. Okay, have a beautiful day and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.